time for 28mm World War II action. Will you recreate history or reshape it your way? On the Bolt Action Hub at beastsofwar.com. Venture into the dangerous dungeons of myth as a mighty hero and stand against the darkness. Visit the Myth Hub on beastsofwar.com and begin your story.
Good morning! We have popped up to say that there isn't actually going to be a weekender this weekend.
I'm going to put my hands up. This is my fault. This is all me. Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We are in the middle of filming a whole bunch of Volsung stuff, so if you're wondering what this amazing table is, this is a steampunk city with a dry dock with a steampunk-powered ship over in it.
It's the city of Lioness.
Lioness. So we're filming a whole new series of Volsung-related videos. I can actually just show you the table.
Yeah,
so you
you've got some of the new terrain and stuff in here. You can see our ship. I love this little bit, the little newsstand. Yeah. It's a very, very cool little piece of terrain.
So what's actually happening is our time is being used up, but most importantly, all our cameras are being used up. So every camera in the studio is currently all pointing at Lioness. So unfortunately, we don't have what we need to do a full weekender, so we're just nipping in to do that. In all honesty, it's something I want to solve. We have other studio spaces that we could have been doing this in. We just don't have enough cameras to go around. If by any chance I could come out there virtually and give you all a kiss and get 100, if I could get just 100 of you to come over to Beasts of War and sign up as annual Backstagers, just paying for the full year, by this time next week, I could have that solved, and we wouldn't have that problem again. I'd have 2 studios running. So it's so maybe the 100 Backstage challenge. You know, if you've ever wanted to be a Backstager, or if you've ever wondered, I wonder how we could help keep the Beasts of War community and movement forging ahead. Well, now's your chance. All you have to do is just come across and buy up an annual Backstage. If I could get 100 of you to do it, I would never have this problem again. We'd have 2 dedicated studios, and if everything was being used here, we could go into the other studio and do it there. So there you have it, 100 Backstage challenge, and I would kiss you if you could help me solve that problem.
Warren, I just have images of people bum rushing you at Salute this year going, ah!
Oh, for kisses. I can give them out.
Well, at least Owen from Huddersfield.
Right. We are going to give you just a few little updates, just so as you don't feel like we've come in and went surprise and then walked away. Kicking off, we have the competition winners. This is for the Age of Tyrants competition prize. So Age of Tyrants is currently on Kickstarter. They've been doing a whole lot of work to that Kickstarter. So if you're interested in the possibility of mega 6mm battles where you've got just loads and loads of tank-on-tank action. They've created a whole series of starter armies now to make it a more simpler prospect for if you decide to jump in on that, you can just say, that's the army for me, bang, and go in. Anyway, we had 4 pieces of Wayne England art that we were giving away. This is original concept art. Our first winner is John Sellers from YouTube. Our second winner is Dunham99 from the Beasts of War site. Our third winner is Mini Giant from the Beasts of War site. And our final winner is NAF101 from the Beasts of War site. Well done, guys. Come on over. Fill in the
we have a drop down on the top of the website.
Up there, prize claim form over on beastsofwar.com. Fill that in. We'll get that out in the post to you. And then we also had a beautiful diorama made by Angel Giraldez of one of the big tanks trundling down. And the winner of that was Ronald Duval from YouTube. Well done, Ronald. What a lovely piece to be walking away with.
That's one that's going to be sitting pride of place in the miniature shelf.
Right. A few other quick updates for things that you could come across and spend a little bit of time whiling away the hours over at beastsofwar.com. Obviously, tomorrow we do have the XLBS Weekender. So although we can't get this one out, we are committed to getting an XLBS out tomorrow morning, where we're going to be talking about a load of topics. We're going to be revisiting a topic we've been talked about, which was all about setting the ambience of your games and the ambience of your gaming space. I have some things to show you. So if you're interested in this, this is us now looking at gaming and how we can kick it up a gear by using lighting effects and audio effects and things like that there but in a very tasteful way, of course. So I have some toys. I have some toys that I've been picking up. Some electronic devices that I want to show off to you guys and say, what about this kind of stuff for gaming spaces? We're also going to be talking about those early steps into gaming with friends who want to be gamers. Isn't that right, Ben?
Yes, exactly, yeah. Looking at the kind of things you can do to make sure that they get their models ready, get everything set up, and they can actually start gaming and they don't lose the flow of stuff, yeah.
So there you have it. So that and a whole pile of other stuff. Be sure come across. If you're one of them 100 guys and girls who take the annual Backstage account, well, then come on over. You can enjoy that. Do you know what? If you do that, I'll be watching to see these 100 Backstagers and see if I can come up with some additional kind of reward. It'd be like the Beast of War camera 100. Right. Some other stuff that's going on is we have an article series that's in full flow on the French-Indian War that's worth checking out. So, Ben, what have we got? What's going on here?
Yeah, so this is by LSR, and he'd done a couple of articles for this sort of the tail end of last year, but he's really kicking it up again at the start of January and going on now. And it's looking at a lot of the conflicts that happened during the French and Indian War and how you can play those out using the musket and tomahawk rules. So far, he's covered a lot of the very bloody battles. I did not know how many officers were dying in these things. They must have had to promote a lot of people as things were going on. And the coming article for this Monday is all going to be about actually looking at the rules of musket and tomahawk, and so you can apply them back to the scenarios that they've been looking at in the past. There's some really interesting stuff in there. One of the pieces he looked at lately was the use of cannons and why they were so important and things like that. And it's a real sort of eye-opener on the period that we don't really know much about as a Brit, I think. So it's good to read all about it.
Awesome. Okay, also we have another series by Simon Stokes, supported by our very own Oriskany, and that's on the Naval Warfare series. Ben, what's the story so far?
Cool. So what's been happening in this series? It was the first part was all about sort of looking at naval wargaming from all kinds of different genres, and these last two parts, so part 2 and part 3, you can check both these out on the website now. Have all been about those Pacific World War II cruiser engagements. So this is really lightning fast torpedo fest with loads of explosions going off, really close-knit combat and things like that. So this one they've been looking at recently in the article from this week was a battle report set during the Guadalcanal sort of period.
Guadalcanal.
That's the one. Yes. And it uses a very old system called the Microfleet World War II system. And it looks really fun. I had a really good time reading through this, and some of the effects they've used on the ships are really cool as well in the pictures as you look through them. A really good one. It'd be interesting to see where they go next with this, looking at different sort of genres for naval warfare and things. So keep an eye out for that.
Cool. Very
fantastic. Cool. There's a whole load of stuff in there, all to do with gaming scenarios and linked scenarios and things like that as well. So as a series of whether you're into naval warfare or not, it's a really good series to explore because there's so much you can take away from that series and plug into even the 28mm gaming or whatever other gaming it is that you're into. Okay, finally, the annual awards final voting is open. Just reminding you, in case you haven't taken the opportunity to do that, come across to beastsofwar.com. At the end of this, we're going to show you the nominees, the finalists for every category to play you out. So be sure to come across to beastsofwar.com, click on the link to cast your vote. Votes are massively up on last year. It is amazing, and some really interesting stuff has happened. One, we've got some really, really interesting spread in the finalists in each category, and 2, the voting is on fire at the moment. Like, I mean, there are really huge increases in voting.
So are we hitting server meltdown yet, or are we getting there?
Well, the actual survey site does fall over from time to time because it has been busy. So if it has fell over, please keep trying. It will come back up, but it is just under a hell of a lot of load. Right, that's it. I apologize, but I'm going to let the team get back to...
I should apologize.
I'm going to let the team get back to their Volsung stuff. All being well, you'll come across the Beast of War, take up the Backstage thing, and we will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for a really interesting chat about some cool gaming action. Other than that, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon. Best Miniatures Game of 2015. Warhammer Age of Sigmar by Games Workshop. Beyond the Gates of Antares by Warlord Games. Guild Ball by Steamforged Games. Frostgrave by Osprey Games. Kings of War 2nd Edition by Mantic Games. The Batman Miniatures Game by Knight Models. Arena Rex by Red Republic Games. This Is Not a Test by World's End Publishing. Halo Fleet Battles by Spartan Games. Star Wars Armada by Fantasy Flight Games. Best Board or Card Game of 2015. Dungeon Saga by Mantic Games. The Horus Heresy Betrayal at Calth by Games Workshop. Kingdom Death Monster by Kingdom Death. Pandemic Legacy by Z-Man Games. Blood Rage by Cool Mini or Not, Studio McVeigh and Guillotine Games. Forbidden Stars by Fantasy Flight Games. Exploding Kittens by Elan Lee and Sean Small. A Game of Thrones The Card Game 2nd Edition by Fantasy Flight Games. Alien vs. Predator by Prodos Games. Rum and Bones by Cool Mini or Not and Edge Entertainment. Best Game Expansion of 2015. Frostgrave, Thaw of the Lich Lord by Osprey Games. Malifaux, Shifting Loyalties by Weird Games. By Fire and Sword, Deluge Northern War 1655 to 1660 by Wargamer Company. Horde's Devastation by Privateer Press. Star Wars Imperial Assault Twin Shadows by Fantasy Flight Games. Kings of War Uncharted Empires by Mantic Games. Super Dungeon Explorer Forgotten King by Ninja Division and Soda Pop Miniatures. War Machine Reckoning by Privateer Press. Flags, Factions and Formations Part 2 by Solway Crafts and Miniatures. Codex Cult Mechanicus by Games Workshop. Best Gaming Artwork of 2015. Frostgrave by Osprey Games. Beyond the Gates of Antares by Warlord Games. Guild Ball by Steamforged Games. Kingdom Death Monster by Kingdom Death. Warhammer Age of Sigmar by Games Workshop. Malifaux Shifting Loyalties by Weird Games. Blood Rage by Cool Mini or Not, Studio McVeigh and Guillotine Games. By Fire and Sword Deluge Northern War 1655 to 1660 by Wargamer Company. Infinity US Ariadna by Corvus Belli. The Gunslinger by Icarus Miniatures. Best Gaming Accessory of 2015. HS Stencils by Anarchy Models. Urban Wasteland Map by Deep Cut Studio. Mod Cubes by Mod Cubes. Guild Ball Team Tokens by Steamforged Games. Double Dice by Double Six Dice. Industrial Zone Fat Map by Frontline Gaming. War Machine and Hordes Tokens by Muse on Minis. Dice Vaults by Wormwood Gaming. Flockbox 2 by Warpainter. Mars Mat by Wargames Mat. Best Terrain Product of 2015. Monarch Theatre by Multiverse Gaming. Cosmica Hallway Building by Warsenal. Fantasy Dungeon Set by Battle Systems. Chaos Dreadhold by Games Workshop. Train Station by Plascraft Games. City Watchtower by Foreground. Tech Containers by MicroArt Studio. Golden Dragon Inn by Knights of Dice. Town Gate by Tabletop World. Arkham Asylum by Knight Models. Best Paint Job of 2015. Guija Squadron by Angel Giraldez. Archeron the Everchosen by Anja Vetergen. Stormcast Eternal by Ben Comets. Crimson Fist First Company Captain by Kirill Kananev. The Land's End by Seth Amsden. The Lion Knight by Bohan. World of Stone by Natakan. Minotaur by Mark Masklands. Thanos the Mad Titan by Jean-Marc Brizet. And Lord Celestin by Darren Latham. Best Model Kit of 2015. Archeron the Everchosen from Age of Sigmar by Games Workshop. Nero and Septimus from Arena Rex by Arena Rex. The Crossroads 7 from Malifaux by Weird Games. Denra the Soul Weaver from War Machine and Hordes by Privateer Press. Warlord Titan from the Horus Heresy and Warhammer 40,000 by Forge World. Frostgrave Cultists for Frostgrave from Osprey Games and Northstar. Fangtooth for Guild Ball from Steamforged Games. Nexus Grunt from Icarus Project by Icarus Miniatures. Phoenix from Kingdom Death Monster by Kingdom Death. Transylvanian Skirmish Set from By Fire and Sword by Wargamer Company.